Hearing is important as it helps us to not only learn speech and language, but enables us to connect and communicate with one another. Hearing loss is a very common disorder. Every year, about 4 in 1,000 babies are born worldwide with severe to profound hearing loss in both ears. Currently, it is estimated that 16% of the world's population has some form of hearing loss. The majority of people with hearing loss are of working age, and about 1 in 3 people with hearing loss are of retirement age. On average, people with hearing loss wait 7 to 10 years before they seek help. Most people with a hearing loss can benefit from wearing hearing devices such as hearing instruments or cochlear implants. Eduplex Training Institute delivers educational programs which focus on hearing and hearing loss. To tell you more about Eduplex is the director and founder, Nico van der Merwe.
Welcome to Eduplex. It all started in 1992 when God gave me, a businessman, a vision to make a difference in deaf education. For 5 years, God formed my thinking into what He would like me to do. He then sent me a retired principal from the Birkdale School for the Deaf in Britain, Dr. Morak Clark, to come and help me in Pretoria, and in February 1998, we trained the first representatives of 6 schools for the deaf and how to teach deaf children for them to acquire normal spoken language. In 2000, the need for our own school and training facility was realized. I hated school and I hated university, but God had a sense of humor as He guided me to construct not only 1 but 3 schools as well as a training institute. Since the beginning, we planned to include a few deaf children in each class of a mainstream school. Here, deaf children would learn to speak normally alongside their normal hearing friends without sign language. The classrooms were all acoustically treated, with small individual conversation rooms leading off every class. The innovative gardens and high staff-to-pupil ratio also benefited all the children in the school. Teaching deaf children to speak normally is possible, provided you identify them early enough after birth, fit them with the right amplification like hearing aids and cochlear implants, and then expose them to nothing but normal, natural language. In Eduplex, we make maximum use of technology. Our children are fitted with quality hearing aids or cochlear implants. We use FM communication in all our classrooms, and we also have state-of-the-art sound field systems, benefiting all the children in the class. Our deaf children also receive a lot of support from our speech and language therapists, and we have a very strong parent guidance program. After Mr. Mandela opened the preschool in 2002, we started planning the primary school. In 2003, we opened the first grade 1 class, and in 2007, the primary school was completed and officially opened by Dr. Clark. However, during the construction of the primary school, funding ceased, but God encouraged us from Revelation 3 verse 8 to continue building in faith. And this passage says from Revelation, "I know you well, you are not strong, but you have tried to obey and not denied my name. And therefore I've put before you an open door that no man can shut." I had 2 open doors constructed with Revelation 3 verse 8 on each of them, because I realized that this verse was not only for me, but also for our staff, our children, and our parents, and that God puts before every one of us an open door. It is up to us whether we walk through it in faith or turn away in fear. On the 25th of November 2009, God instructed me to build a second campus, which would include a high school, a sports center, and a distance learning training institute called the Eduplex Training Institute, or ETI. The idea of ETI was to share God's vision to make a difference in deaf education with professionals and parents from around the world. Again, God provided in miraculous ways, and in February 2014, the high school was officially opened by the executive mayor of the Greater Pretoria area. During this event, he officially announced that the City Council decided to donate 9.4 hectares, or about 25 acres, to Eduplex for our sports facilities, a miracle in itself. ETI accepted its first students for the inclusion program in March 2015, and students for our hearing aid acousticians program will be accepted in September 2015. In conclusion, the two biggest miracles I have seen was firstly, God's miraculous provision over many years for us to be able to construct the Eduplex school, and secondly, the many profoundly deaf children talking normally. I would like to invite you to become part of this amazing vision and enroll in one of our programs and start making a difference in your country.
Eduplex Training Institute develops learning material in consultation with various international role players, including qualified professionals from the Ear Institute. The Ear Institute was established in 1975 in Southern Africa and have partnered with ETI to provide international best practice expertise and training. This allows for our hearing aid acoustician program to be practically relevant worldwide. Current programs offered by ETI include inclusive education for hearing impaired children, as well as a basic training program for people who would like to become hearing aid acousticians. Future programs will include pediatric audiology, hearing conservation, and a variety of other short programs relating to hearing and hearing loss. All programs are offered through an online blended learning approach. This means that all relevant interested persons, no matter where they are in the world, can enroll for our programs. Eduplex Training Institute invites you to register for one of our programs and actively take part in making a difference in the lives of children or adults with hearing loss.